Allison and I did 3 episodes before on a series of how to become independent, use tax credits to help you fund it, actively manage your cash like a global corporation. Today we're going to tie it together, right, into one simple way to think about it and frame it so that you can use this to build wealth for yourself, your family, and your business. Let's get into it. This episode is brought to you by Rife Martin CPAs. They're some of the funniest CPAs on the planet. Just funny, just super funny. Do you still do the funny books? What is it called?
I'm actually working on book number 3 right now. I'll give you a sneak preview. This year we're going in the vein of Silverstein. This is called Where Tax Stress Goes, or no,
Nice.
Where Tax Stress Ends, a book of poems, puns, and tax planning ideas.
And look, and you only get a copy if you're a client. So if you're not a client, just the tax advice is free. I pay Allison for the jokes.
Exactly right. Exactly. That's completely it. Oh my God.
Oh, where are we going next? Let's see. Grid independence. Let's close the question. When you combine grid independence with a smart cash strategy, what does that do to the actual price tag of your business? You can start.
Well, actually, I would kind of like your opening buyers pay a premium for a sure bet. If you have a well-organized business, you sit there and think of all the things that over the multitude of years we've been doing this together, what do you need to do to have a business that somebody wants to buy? A business that runs without you,
For sure.
independence. So that all they have to do is walk in, turn the lights on, and there you go. So by having an independent grid where you're not necessarily relying upon the government or the electric company to provide you energy, this is a great way again to make sure that at some point when you do want to sell it, the buyer's like, "Yep, I'm all set and ready to go. This is going to be an easy one to take over."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And you get there by, like you said, protecting your energy cost, right? You think about supply chains and balance sheet, so you protect your inflation cost, right? And that creates that level of certainty. I just think it's hard to plan if there's so many, like, volatility is going to be normal, right? Volatility is like just the normal state of the universe. But what I'm saying is, when you're building a business, if you're able to uh, put certainty around your costs by being able to, with intention, manage risk, right? Like the futures market, a lot of people um, know about the futures market, but the biggest users of the futures market are like people like McDonald's. And they go, why does McDonald's use the future market? Because they need like certain uh, beef and chicken costs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if they can't have the cost changing on them, uh, in a crazy way, because like their customers depend on it. So they have to think about these things, right? What's the difference between you and McDonald's? They think about it and you don't. You know, that's the difference. You got access to the same information. You got access to a smart team that can help you do it. You just got to think about it, and then you can make McDonald's profits that sell not terrible tasting burgers, but like below average tasting burgers, right? I'm talking about the actual like meat. When
I was
like they put the sauces on there, and I'll be like, with the meat, like, if you have you actually, side note, have you, like,
we could go off on a long side story. I used to work at McDonald's as my
okay.
high school career, so
I like the franchise though. It's a great franchise. It's a good place to go get good fast burgers and French fries and cool things. But yeah, they make a lot of money selling burgers
But
that.
but but you're completely right. They have a wonderful team that understands how to think ahead. So that again, think of how they help their franchises when the franchise owners want to sell. There's a product that's ready made for me to step in and take over. Make
Absolutely.
sure I just execute and implement. So it is important to make sure that you put to take that down to the micro level. How can you take some of their ability to think ahead, like to the beef and chicken costs or to the energy grid or whatever? What can you do in your business to make sure that you're following that same roadmap?
Absolutely. how does the tax savings and cash yield we talk about stack up to build real wealth for a family?
Well, I will just say again, if you treat your cash as an employee and how does it work for you, it helps you build a stellar business so that at some point, whether you want to pass it on to your kids, whether you want to sell it, you have real wealth that you can leave on to your family. So again, you can also think of the employee as, how can you maximize their work product while minimizing the cost? One of the costs is tax. Work with a great CPA and wealth manager to make sure that you can do just that and leave more to your children and your grandchildren, and you won't have to worry.
I think this is, I'm going to make a statement that's going to sound super bold, but I'm going to challenge somebody to go talk with Allison or myself. Just start with Allison, and then by organizing your finances and looking at things, I'm pretty certain you're going to find some savings, whether it's tax savings, whether it's operational savings, right? You're going to find some savings. And then go to AI and say, hey, if I take this $5,000 of savings, I'm just picking a small number, and I put that into a S&P 500 index fund over the next 30 years, and 5,000 a year for 30 or 10% a year, right? That number is going to be huge, right? And that number alone is probably going to be more than what most people are going to be able to sell their business for that don't have a well thought out business strategy. And that's just $5,000 invested in the S&P 500, which is like not going to beat portfolios that are investing in digital assets of the modern era, in my opinion, right? That's a super simple motivator to say, like, go talk to a good team and like put the things in place, because you're leaving money on the table, like lots of money, like compounding money, in my opinion.
Right, right. And just remember that what's your goal in life to be able to leave a legacy to your family? You have to have money to do that. Treat your money like an employee.
Absolutely. Last one. What's the first move a business owner should make today, just starting to move towards this model, outside of what we just said?
Um, well, let me see. I'd say just to echo what you said, make sure that you are working, find a great team, um, who can help you on the tax piece and the financial piece. And remember, these decisions shouldn't be independent of each other because, tax is but one piece of the pie. It's the overall picture. So you need to work with a financial advisor too to be sure that you're going in the direction you want your finances to go.
Yep. I give you an easy one too. When you come talk, make sure you bring your energy bill, like for your business. Like pay attention to that, because that's going to be a big savings for a lot of people, and huge savings for a lot of people. So start there, because energy is the foundation of an economy. Your personal, your local, global, right? Like that's the start there. Do not put the energy as a fringe benefit, right? It's the foundation. Let everybody know where they can reach you if they want more information, Allison.
You can reach me at my website, rifemartincpa.com, or you can email me at info@rifemartinaccounting.com. But I think these would be fun topics. And as always, thank you for such great topics for the wonderful month, especially this one in the dog days of summer.
Thank you for sharing, Allison. Have a good one.
You too.
Philip Washington Jr. is a registered investment advisor. Information presented is for educational purposes only and does not intend to make an offer or solicitation for the sale or purchase of any specific securities, investments, or investment strategies. Investments involve risk and, unless otherwise stated, are not guaranteed. Be sure to first consult with a qualified financial advisor and/or tax professional before implementing any strategy discussed herein. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.